I sit before you today a humbled man, Skip Bayless.
You? Now that's news.
I'm watching.
Is that what you just broke?
I'm watching the Thunder. And Stephen A. Smith.
Mm-hmm.
Not Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah, he invented the game of basketball.
Stephen A. Smith, who invented the game of basketball. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I must sit here and confess, I have gotten to the point where I completely concede to you, sir.
Oh.
For what you have said about the Thunder.
Oh.
I have been over the last few weeks watching James Harden. I have watched him evolve, and I think that James Harden is knocking on the door of superstardom if he is not already there. And I knew that Kevin Martin was not him, and I never disputed that. I just felt that Kevin Durant would step up in terms of aggression. But then I had to piggyback to what I said to you about 2 weeks ago when I said to you something's missing. Forget the talent. I said to you that if you look at Kevin Durant and his 11 technical fouls and you see the frustration, I said there's something about them. They're just not as happy as they used to be. It's not that they're miserable. It's not that they have a problem with one another.
I get it.
But they're not as happy as they used to be because they lost one of their comrades.
They do.
They lost a big part of it. It wasn't just that they were skilled. It's that they were happy together. And one of the cogs in that wheel is gone. And I'm looking at a team, I no longer believe the Thunder can recover from that.
Ooh.
I am of the mindset, when I think about, when I look at the Thunder right now, I believe in Kevin Durant.
So do I.
Skip, I've known Maurice Cheeks 15 years. Love him. That's my man, okay? Maurice Cheeks should be a head coach in this league.
I agree.
Scott Brooks. I like Scott. I don't know him that well, but I like Scott Brooks a lot. I think he's a hell of a coach. I'm glad he got the extension. I'm glad that Mo Cheeks is on the staff. I don't understand for the life of me why they can't seem to get through to Westbrook. I believe in Westbrook. You know that. I think Westbrook is a star. I think he's got superstar talent. He's not really a point guard. He's really a shooting guard that plays the point that you need to be productive offensively for Kevin Durant to operate. But I'm watching Kevin Durant. You've got guys coming up, they posting down, he comes up, he pops out, he extends his hand, he gets the ball. He's basically moving side to side. I don't see real plays designed getting him open. I see him working a little bit too hard to get his points, doing one-on-one and just making things happen or pulling up from 30, as I like to say.
30.
You know, engaging in hyperbole.
You'll say it right.
Engaging in hyperbole.
30.
So, you know, for 30. You know, I know I'm engaging in hyperbole, but you know what I'm saying. I'm just looking at them. Something's missing, man. And let me tell you something. The only thing I can surmise is that they are not the same team because they are not as happy without Harden. And I no longer believe that they can overcome that this year. I still understand why they made the move. I think they made the best move for themselves in the future in terms of the picks and Jeremy Lamb and those guys. I think they got potential. But in the end, James Harden, they let go of a young superstar. And I don't think anybody feels it more than Westbrook and Durant. And I think that's what we're seeing. So I have no choice but to reiterate my point.
Wow.
I am conceding to you.
It's breaking news.
I can no longer sit up there and say with concretely that the Thunder are coming out of it. They still got a chance. But I no longer am resolute in that position. I have to defer to Skip Bayless on this one because what I'm seeing, you look absolutely right. And I look wrong.
Am I getting punked?
No.
No?
Ashton,
no, sir.
No.
No, sir. I'm dead serious. I'm not comfortable with what I'm seeing.
So who would you make the favorite in the West today?
I'd have no choice but to pick the Spurs.
Oh, thank you very much.
But more so than picking the Spurs, what I'm saying you're right about is what you're saying about the Thunder.
Okay. That's fair.
That's what I'm saying. But I don't like what I'm seeing. Despite the fact that they're winning games, they just won by 30 last night. I don't like what I'm seeing. I don't like it.
How do you feel about that?
Stephen Naismith, I'm about to break some news back to you.
Uh-oh. Go ahead.
Oh, boy.
I must admit, I give the Thunder a much better shot with Derek Fisher. Now, that's given the fact that I'm going to have to accept that his knee is healed, because he left the Dallas Mavericks because he had a big knee issue, and then he said later, well, it'll heal quickly.
I don't believe it was that bad. I believe that boy wanted to be back in L.A.
And I
compete
also,
for a championship.
well, he said he wanted to be with his family.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's definitely true.
I also don't know how distracted he is by his ongoing duties battling Billy Hunter for control of the Players Association.
Which is something we will need to discuss on this show in the very near future.
It's coming. It's
yes,
coming.
It's definitely coming.
But I don't know how.
Right.
How distracted? How much of his time is being? What's that?
He's distracted.
Very distracted.
He's very distracted with that.
Well, then,
because that's going to get ugly.
Okay, then
before it gets
I've
better.
got to discount this a little bit.
Okay.
But why did I say from the start they would miss James Harden? Because this is what disgusts me. Because the great Maurice Cheeks has been relegated to babysitting Russell Westbrook, and I don't like to watch it. Russell Westbrook needs somebody to stabilize the offense in the fourth quarter. I still say it's a little bit of the reason why Durant has 11 technical fouls. He had 11 total in his first 5 years in this league.
He's frustrated
with the whole show.
And oh, by the way, they're the second leading team in the league in turnovers.
Second in turnovers. Westbrook has taken 37 more shots to date than Kevin Durant, who's led this league in scoring.
Inexcusable.
Okay, and I know the free throws can balance that out, but even if they balance it out, it's still inexcusable. I'm sorry, that's out of control.